So after some time, I decided to tell him that I'm gonna file for the divorce, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. So at first he would be like, "How could you file for a divorce? You're not happy. You're doing this." I'm like, I can't. I just can't. I can't live like this. We constantly fight. We constantly argue. It's just not the way it is. So with that, I would pick up more customers. I would go to work more often. I ended up paying more for the babysitter, but I was happy I can get out of the house and leave the house and for a second not think about what's going on at home. For a minute, be myself and stand behind the chair and do some customers' hair and be me and be happy, put a smile on my face, put my hair up, and just be in a different world, not the world of constant fights and constant arguments and stuff. Yeah, once he realized that I was not kidding about the divorce, he would drive by my work. Even though I worked on the north side, he would, because I had a friend out there I would hang out with, or I would go to Dunkin' Donuts just to get some coffee. He would drive by my friend's house or by my work, and he would be like, "Where have you been? You haven't been at work." I was sitting there. I was like, "Yeah, I was all day." "No, I was here at this and this such time. You were not." I started thinking, I was like, "Oh yeah, because I went to get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. I went to my friend's house and gave me some food or stuff." And he was like, "Yeah, you're cheating on me. You're doing this." I was like, "No, honey, I am not." So once I got home, he would be like, "Oh my God, I apologize. I didn't mean to say that. Oh, I love you so much." He would get me flowers or stuff. And I was like, maybe I'm not gonna get it. Maybe it's gonna change. Maybe it's gonna be better. But with time, it would start over again, and a week later I would be in the same arguing and then checking, and I was like, nope. So I tried to pursue with the divorce, and one day he said, "Okay, fine, I am gonna move to the neighbor's house, so when we get a divorce, I can be closer to my daughter." I'm like, "How can you move to the neighbor's house?" He's like, "Yeah, she lives alone. Maybe she's gonna, I talked to her already, and she's gonna let me move in, and I'm gonna be closer. I'm gonna be closer." My heart started racing, and I was like, "I want to divorce you, man. I don't want you to be next door." So after like a few weeks, I still kept on. I got to see the lawyer. I went to see the lawyer, and I'm like, "What would you want from me?" I'm like, "As long as I can keep the house, you can take everything. I'm gonna give you what's the custody? Joint custody. So you have a custody for Zuzanka, and I have a custody for her too. So you can see her anytime, whenever you want. I just can't deal with this no more." So one day he took a day off from work. He had his own truck, and he started putting stuff in the truck, his belongings, his clothes, like some tax returns and stuff. I was at work that day. All I knew is he just called me, "Okay, I am moving out. You can go and take me to the lawyer, and I'm gonna sign the paperwork, and we can get a divorce." I was so happy that day that he finally agreed to me getting a divorce, because I was thinking to myself, maybe it's for the better. I am gonna work a little bit more. I'm gonna bring some money home. I'm gonna have the kids as I had them before. maybe it's all gonna change. Maybe it's gonna be for the better. So that day I got home and I told him, okay, I'm gonna work tomorrow and I'm gonna call the lawyer if we can go fill the paperwork out. He's like, yeah, fine. A week before he moved out, he gave me a letter. He wrote me a letter and he apologized in the letter. The letter was like 2 pages long, and he explained himself. Oh, Kasia, I am so jealous. I apologize that I'm jealous. I apologize that I keep control of your text messages, and I pick up the phone when your friends call. I love you so much. I want to be with you. I don't want us to get a divorce. I am gonna change. I am gonna do whatever you want me to do. I am not gonna look at your makeup and your clothes and everything. I just want to be with you. I don't want you to leave me. I don't want you to go anywhere. I want to raise your kids and my child. I want to be a good dad for all of them. I love you. I miss you. All of those happy things and everything that I wanted, that I was lacking, that I was missing, that I didn't have. For the entire week since he gave me the letter till the day that he started moving out, nothing has changed. So it was like I got the letter, it was all apologizing and everything, but his behavior hasn't changed. So I was thinking it's just a spark at a time. Then I got the letter. I didn't know how to process, how to think, how to put all of this in life and cope with it. That day after he moved out, I was getting ready to go to work in the morning, and Zuzanka came up to me. I was ready, all dressed. I was all dressed and done, and she came up to me. She sat on my lap and she's like, Mama, can you give me Amish? Amish was that I breastfed her for 2.5 years, and I wasn't breastfeeding her at the time, and she was 3.5. But she made me sit on the edge of the bed and basically pull up my shirt and pretend that I was breastfeeding her. There was something different that day, that morning, and that day I was late for work because she wanted that attention out of the blue. I was like, I remember this like yesterday. And that day we didn't have a babysitter at home, and I left Zuzanka with my daughter at home, and he had a day off that day because he said he's moving out. He's got some more stuff to take and haul away from the house. So I ended up going to work, and I was late for work. I had a few customers for colors and highlights and everything. As the day went by 3 o'clock, I got a phone call. I was in the middle of coloring my customers' hair. I got a phone call. It was my daughter. I picked up the phone, and my daughter on the other side, she was like, Mom. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, something is wrong. I'm like, what's wrong? The door to the bedroom is locked and I can't get in. And there's blood under the door. Once I heard that, my answer was like, call 911. I left my customer, I dropped my phone, and I went to the bathroom and